Don't say that right now, he said. Don't say that right now, because Americans have been recorded right now on August 14th, 2023 at about 8:38 p.m. San Diego, California. Police officer Anthony Hiley, along with several other police officers, went to Denver to assist in the arrest of several people suspected of auto theft at the intersection of Claremont Avenue. Listen to him note that the woman in red is our main character today. The officers first took the talkative male suspect away and then prepared to search the female suspect in case she had a weapon. Since there were no female officers at the scene, the male officer followed the procedure and searched the suspect with the back of his hand. After a simple search, the police officer found out from the woman's ID that she had previously received an arrest warrant from the court for other charges. Officer Anthony then walked towards the female suspect and decided to take the suspect alone in his police car and send her to the police headquarters first. He got your much duffel bag with a dusting bag and all of that. You're from the conversation here. We can see that the normal procedures are being followed. Officer Anthony works diligently. Although the suspect is very dangerous now, Officer Anthony does not have any special ideas at this time. He also reads the Miranda rights to the other party after settling her down, which is the right to remain silent in the movie. But soon the woman gave up her right to remain silent and attacked the police officer. Why are you asking that? The sound in the middle is too small. I don't know what the woman muttered. The woman began to comfort Officer Anthony verbally. Faced with the suspect's hint, Officer Anthony should be a little shaken at this moment, but he still started the car and sent the other party to the police headquarters. A few hours later, he set off again and sent the suspect to the Las Colinas Women's Detention Center 30 kilometers away overnight. The time has come to 1 o'clock in the morning. There are fewer cars and people on the road. The woman sitting in the back seat launched a new offensive against Anthony again. I'm very sorry. The noise in the car is very loud. I can't hear what she said even if I separate the noise. A little bit. Why can't hear you now? Don't say that right now. Well, I said don't say that right now because it has Americans being recorded right now. The police officer here asked the female suspect not to say anything, otherwise it would become a behind-the-scenes story. At this time, the female suspect seemed to be a little thick. Officer Anthony asked with great concern, but he was met with a cooperative silence. So the police officer immediately slowed down the car, turned off, and took off the law enforcement recorder on his chest to prepare to provide assistance to the woman in the back seat. However, since the patrol vehicles are equipped with GPS positioning systems, the police's subsequent investigation report showed that after Anthony turned off the recorder, he drove the car into a quiet residential area near the detention center. About 20 minutes later, Anthony called his supervisor and claimed that he and the suspect were locked in the back seat and could not get out. Obviously, the police officer only thought about getting in, but not how to get out, because the back seats of American police cars cannot be opened from the inside. An hour later, the supervisor finally rushed over with a spare key. From the supervisor's words, "Open the door," we can see that he knew what happened at a glance, but I didn't say anything, just went wrong. Okay, hold, let me turn my cameras. He's cold for, she's cold for, okay, hey, yeah, I'm trying this out for quick. Although the supervisor who arrived did not say much, he knew very well what had just happened in the car, so the supervisor also turned off the recorder. Later, Officer Anthony explained to him that he was just urgently checking the suspect's pulse and intended to block the car door with his foot, but the door was accidentally closed. Then the two police officers continued to send the suspect to the detention center. Anthony's recorder was turned on again, and it could be seen that a female police officer checked and pressured the suspect. Obviously, Anthony was not only late for a long time, but also violated the department's code of conduct. So the next day, the two detectives questioned him, but Anthony claimed that both he and the suspect were innocent, and he just accidentally closed the car door when he was providing emergency assistance to the suspect. After the conversation, Anthony covered up in front of the investigators in the police car to prove himself and recreated the situation at that time. How you okay, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Oh yeah, let's take a look at Anthony's non-physical performance. Opened the door and then I came in like theta. I was trying to wake her up. Me feet was in this my feet. They could come like that. And then when I was like waking her up, that's when I noticed that this door closed on me. That's when I was a Franklin channel opened the door. But I know there's no door opener. And then yeah, and then from then she was able to, so I was like this majority of the time I was trying to get her up cause her face was right here, okay, right here. And Feeny was trying to like wake her up to get her U-pan. Then next thing you know, I hear the door close on me. I was trapped and I was looking, and then that's when she started to kind of leak, hey, guess, wake up or get based off, whatever. And then that's when I asked her like, hey, are you having a hard time breathing? So no DNI medics, no, they go, all right, just to stay right there. And then that's when I was trying to open the door, okay. And then that's when I went on D to all, right, you can jump up. Do you mind? Anthony's re-examination was so convincing that he couldn't help laughing. Then the investigators questioned the female suspect, who said that they had no physical contact and only exchanged contact information. However, the police tested Anthony's belt and found traces of residual liquid. The final investigation report showed that Officer Anthony violated at least 7 codes and some state laws during the entire operation. Anthony resigned from his position as a police officer 1 month after the incident and avoided all subsequent inquiries. So far, he has not been charged with any criminal offense.